Hello! Welcome to another random Friday musing. I hope you've had a lovely week and the sun's shining. But this week I was thinking about basically money. There's a lot of talk about it at the moment about keeping cash, digital currencies, exchange rates. Everywhere you look, it's always money, money, money. And it got me thinking that really from the moment we're sort of growing up, from the moment we're born, we are sold this importance about money, about cash, about wealth. This is always the message right from when we're very, very young. We're given pocket money and we are given a childhood savings account. Absolutely everything in our experience seems to be based around the desire, the pursuit, the need, the wish for more money. And, right now, yes, we live in a world in which money is the method of exchange that we use. But it's the way that we're taught about it. The messages that we get are very much based on there isn't enough. We always hear about how in debt the country is. We talk about I need to get more money in order to, to do something. And all this does is bring up in us this feeling of lack, this feeling that we have to chase down this elusive money for the rest of our lives. And then we work for a whole life and then we get to retire and we get to enjoy some of that money. And it's not saying money's evil, not at all. There is nothing wrong with money, but it's the way we're taught to work with it. It's how we're taught to believe in it, as though it is the most important thing in our lives. And all it does is it brings up this very deep fear, this deep feeling of lack, as though we do not have enough, as though we will never ever have enough. And more than anything, it brings up a sense of a fight, of a competition with other people. Countries have been invaded in order to get whatever it is they got there and say, well, I can now make more money out of it. Wars arise out of money. We fight with our neighbour because they have more money than us. When I look back and even in my personal family history, going back to war times, and some of the family lost their home because they had a nicer home than somebody else. And this jealousy arose. And as I say, it's not that money is bad, it is our whole attitude to it. Money is not a gift of the universe. Money is not something that the universe said, oh yes, when you arrive here, as part of your life here, you are going to be working with and dealing with money. This is not a universal law. Debt is not a universal law. This is something that mankind created. We used to barter, we used to exchange. And then somehow, at some point, that got turned into a debt. And then out of that arose our entire civilization based on debt. So is it any wonder that we actually sit here and we always try to acquire more? Because there is this sense that the more acquisitions we have, the more powerful we are, the more influential we are. And so we can spend an entire life chasing this one aspect, money. Whereas actually, what is important in life? Joy is important. Happiness is important. And as study after study has shown, once you have your basic needs met, after that, it doesn't matter how rich you are, your happiness does not increase. So we need to come back and start realizing that we already are abundant, and that abundance means other things. Abundance is not just cash, it's not just money, but also recognizing that if we have loads of it, it's not evil either, and it's not evil to want it. It's all about our attitude, it's about our engagement. And hopefully, as we continue on this ascension journey, we will begin to realize that we don't need to stay in a state of lack. We don't need to feel as though our lives are empty without something, that actually we have everything within us already, that our life is already abundant just by being here, just by having this this incredible life. We are already abundant. And when we can begin to see this, then perhaps we can talk to each other on a level that is no longer based on a hierarchy of wealth. You know, the way some people will, I don't know, talk up to somebody who is, who's wealthier and try to show off to them and say, look what I've got. And yet to those who have less, they'll look down and say, well, you're nothing. This whole hierarchy is just based on how much money they have, the position of power that they have. And it's such a shame that in the world we live in at the moment, our idea of, who is powerful, that whoever is more powerful seems to get the most money. And the people who perhaps do the greatest work get paid the least. Everything is backwards. And I feel that as long as we hold on to this very skewed idea of what money and wealth and abundance is, then we will stay in this state of lack. And things will just stay the same. So, bit by bit, I hope we will change our attitude and we will realise that money is just another energy. And like all energies, we can call them in, we can create, but then we can also share that energy, that we are within the flow of abundance. And when this happens, then there'll be no more wars over money. There'll be no more fighting. There'll be no more jealousy, because each person will know and understand that they can create the situations and the abundance that they wish for. And we can start now. We can start now by recognizing how rich we already are and how abundant we are, how much peace there is within that abundance, and gratitude. That's the word I was looking for. And feeling gratitude for everything that we already have. And do not believe that there isn't enough for everyone. There is. It's all just about changing the way we see life. So those are my thoughts on money and abundance, and I hope that they will resonate with you. And I also had a thought that if there is a topic that you would like my opinion on, remember it's just my opinion, sometimes guided by the universe, but it is my opinion. But if there's something you'd like me to talk about, please do just send in an idea and I will add it to the list. So thank you for joining me here today, and I wish you the most glorious weekend, long weekend in the UK. And yes, I will see you soon. Light blessings. Bye-bye.